Hey guys, Dr. Huntington here, and in this video, I'm going to introduce you to one of nature's super antioxidants, which comes mainly from two places, pine bark and grape seeds. It's called oligometric proanthocyanidin compounds, and I've got it written up here on the board for you if you want to see how that's spelled. Or you can refer to it as OPCs for short. And although there's a good chance that you haven't heard of them, this class of compounds is actually one of the most heavily researched of all the natural ingredients. OPCs were originally isolated from the bark of maritime pine trees in France, and that was mainly sourced from grape seeds, mainly due to the shorter life cycle of grapes compared to pine trees. OPCs is what gives pine bark and grapeseed extract most of their health benefits. Now, to give you something to compare it to, OPCs can have up to 50 times the antioxidant potency of vitamin E and about 20 times vitamin C. And this is good news because antioxidants are key to limiting disease and slowing the signs of aging. You see, what's happening inside your body every day is unstable oxygen molecules, what's often referred to as free radicals, are constantly being produced as part of normal living, like as you breathe. And these free radicals are the largest culprit when it comes to disease and aging. Now, what OPCs do is they're able to neutralize free radicals quickly and continuously, and that gives your cells the chance to repair. Because of these healing properties, pine bark has been used for about 400 years or so, with a lot of quality research coming in the last 50 years. And since pine bark comes from trees found in France, it has a long history of use in European medicine, but it's more recently made its way into the US, mainly sold as a nutritional supplement. So the OPCs in pine bark and grapeseed, they fight inflammation, they fight bacteria and viruses, and help handle carcinogens, and can help improve allergy symptoms. And of course, they can be a major factor in fighting the symptoms of aging. And OPCs are especially helpful for diabetics, and here's why. High blood sugar will damage your blood vessels and your nerves and tissues like your heart and your kidneys and your eyes. What the OPCs from pine bark and grapeseed do is they can significantly lower blood sugar levels. And it does this by delaying the uptake of glucose after a meal. One study concluded that when it comes to suppressing carbohydrate absorption, Pycnogenol, which is the brand name form of OPCs from pine bark, is actually about 200 times more effective than certain diabetic medications. And it does this by inhibiting intestinal enzymes, which are called alpha-glucosidase. That's the enzyme that breaks down like the carbohydrate and the glucose. And because OPCs inhibit that enzyme, the carbohydrate enters the bloodstream more slowly and at a steady rate, which helps avoid sugar spikes. It also helps you feel more satiated over a longer period of time. Now, this study also showed that it helped to protect the lining of blood vessels and capillaries from free radical damage. And it also helps with the eyes because it's the OPCs in Pycnogenol that was shown to help relieve retinopathy. Now, in this study, they concluded that if Pycnogenol is used in the early stages of diabetes, it can actually help to preserve vision. And remember, this brand name Pycnogenol is basically the OPCs from pine bark and grapeseed. So that's what we're talking about here, as we look at this study. Now, although we focus quite a bit here on diabetes, because of the significance of that study, the OPCs present in pine bark and grapeseed have the potential to help with like over 80 different health conditions, and that can include things like circulation problems and allergies and asthma, ringing in the ears, high blood pressure, muscle soreness, ADHD, endometriosis and painful menstrual periods, osteoarthritis and migraines, even erectile dysfunction, retinopathy. It's a really long list, and this is due to how OPCs work. The fact that it helps improve circulation, and it's a natural anti-inflammatory, and that it's a powerful antioxidant. Those three factors are about as important to health as it gets. And that's why the OPCs in pine bark and grape seeds help with so many things. Many people even use pine bark supplements, in place of over-the-counter anti-inflammatory medications like aspirin or ibuprofen or Tylenol. Okay, so here's how you can use this information. You can take pine bark extract in liquid form or tablets or capsules, and you'll want to look at the label to see the percent OPCs. Usually it'll be in the neighborhood of like 85 to 90%, and that's what you want to see. You can also get it in like a topical cream, and there are OPCs in the creams are usually between like 0.5% and 2%. Now, the other term you'll see is the brand name Pycnogenol, which I mentioned earlier. And in this case, you'll just want to follow the dosing instructions on the label. For pine bark extract, here are some dosing instructions that are provided on WebMD. Now for allergies, 50 milligrams 2 times per day, and the recommendation is to start taking it 5 weeks before allergy season. For asthma, you do 1 milligram per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you're looking at 75 milligrams. Now, for children, just split that dose in 2, right? So if you're talking about a 100-pound child, then you'd want to, do 50 pounds maybe earlier in the day and 50 milligrams later in the day. So split it into 2. In terms of athletic performance, I don't think I mentioned that in the video here, but you can use it for athletic performance, 100 to 200 milligrams daily for a period of 1 to 2 months. They don't recommend taking it beyond that point in time. And that's for enhanced athletic performance. Circulation problems, 45 milligrams to 360 daily for 3 to 12 months. And the recommendation here was to split it into 3 doses so that you have it in your body over the period of an entire day. Improving mental function, 100 to 150 milligrams daily for 3 to 12 months. And then for diseases of the retina and the eye, 50 milligrams 3 times per day for 2 months. All right, so there's plenty more you can look up online about pine bark and grapeseed extract, but I hope you found this video to be helpful. And if you'd like more content like this, you can subscribe to my channel and for sure share it with a friend who'd appreciate this information. All right, I'll see you in the next one.